Advanced part techniques is another extra for your course, and there is no separate quiz. This is just for you to listen and understand what's going on. So here is the cast and molded parts, and you can see in a cartoon here, more realistic, and this is of course AutoCAD drawing. So your cast and molded parts are created by this, which is solidifying a molten material in a mold. So you can see the coupe here, your casting, your core. Cores are usually there so your casting won't collapse when you do molding. And of course this is your mold. And you can see very clearly. See, it's your coupe, your drag, and then your coupe again, and then your drag. Okay, so we're just putting molding like this. So you close these two parts together, and then we pour the molten melted iron fluid right in here, and then your gate is going to allow a slow, okay, a slow fluid flow into this, okay. And of course the riser is going to get rid of all the trapped air, because air in the mold is not good, because they can create a very weak structure after it is cooled. So here you can be able to see this is what we are molding. And then here the core is going to protect the shape of that molding, which is this cast, okay? Your iron fluid, molten, very hot, okay? Iron fluid is going to go and fill into this mold. And then of course here is the parting plane. So once it's cooled down, you can be able to open it to take this casted part out. Of course, we can draw the section, yeah, like this, so you can see inside what's going on in your ISO. And here you can see pouring cap, your riser, your core, and then your casting is going to be right in there in section 8A. Okay, and here, of course, this is from the top view, and then we can section like this. We can cut it down into the paper. So anyway, this is your cast and molded parts. Your physical bottle opener, and you can see this, and of course the cartoon drawing, and here is showing you the pre-machine casting model, and here is your machine casting model. Your rough surface here, your machine surface is right there. You can see the fillet, the corner, the parting line here for your physical bottle opener, and then of course your draft is here. This is where your angle surface is going to be. Your machine surfaces are right there, okay? Okay, surface texture symbols look like this, okay? There are three of them. The surface may be produced by any method. Material removal required. We put a little bar, okay, right there. And if you put a little circle like this, material removal is prohibited. So now we are going to put the details into it. So you have machining allowance, you have a rough average value will go into these spots. So say 0.05, and that's your machine allowance. That's the 63, the roughness average value. And this is maximum waviness height, and then that is maximum waviness spacing. And that's your roughness sampling length. And then this is your lay symbol, whether you want to go to 80 degree or whatever angle you want to go. And of course, here we can see our bottle opener. Your surface texture, look at this. Pay attention to these are not the correct marks. These are the surface texture symbol showing you on the machine, okay, part. So we can be able to see, oh, please draft all around. And then here is a part line symbol, what we're going to do with this, okay. Your notes are given to you full, so the machine is just going to understand. Your job is just to, like put in and in your drawing what you want to say between the developer of that design and then, of course, the shop, okay, level machinist. The surface may be produced by any method. See, careful, very careful when you look at these signs right there. If you're a machinist, then pay attention what you want to do with this. If you're a drafter, pay attention where they go, okay? Welded parts, It's a very simple table. Of course, ES and E is going to have you different standard for different welded part. This is just showing you the sample how it looks like. So welding joints. Welding is a process that joins the pieces of metal by heating the surfaces to the point of melting using either a blowtorch or electric arc or other means. So sometimes a tiller rod is used, okay, to add the material to the weld joint. So here, you can see this little gray color, and that is showing you the weld part. So your fillet weld looks like this. Your leg is here, and it was 8 millimeter, okay? Of course, on other side, only on one side. So we can see that we welded 8 millimeter, okay, right here, and then the weld type is fillet. And we do another fillet weld. On this side, 12 millimeter, the other side is 6 millimeter. So you can see two of them. Another fillet weld, 6 millimeter all around. Yeah, so we can do that, go all the way down weld. Your V groove weld like this, so your material gray is going to go in there, and then of course join that part. If you don't join with a melt, it's really weak because you have a V, okay, shaped crack at the center. So after you weld it, we show, hey, we did a V groove weld right here. See, there's a label right there. We do another square groove welding here, and then we show, hey, I did the square groove welding at this point. You have a bevel groove weld here. Looks like a little K right there. And then after you did it, you say like, hey, I did a bevel groove weld in your AutoCAD. Okay. So right now, as a drafter, all you have to just remember, which symbol is what kind of a welding part. Okay, so anyway, so that's it for the advanced part techniques to tie up the loose end for your chapter 109. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop this here.